It's one of the happiest moments for any football fan. Welcome back, friends. A new season is officially underway. And this isn't even going to be close, partner. The opening kickoff fails to reach the landing zone, so they're going to have to defend from the 40 to begin this game. They'll throw on first. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it's good enough for a New York first down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few. He got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
And he's brought down for a loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a third run after back-to-back negative losses.
Third and long for him here. The screen pass falls incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. So here come the Browns on offense, ready for their opening drive. And we'll get a look at a man who's been around the block quite a few times now in the NFL.
Kid, I really think this is one of those moments where every starting quarterback in the opener, right? Week one, all has a sense of gratitude. All has a smile on their face. You're one of 32 guys on the planet that get to start an NFL season, and you want to make the most of that chance.
And the connection not quite there yet on his opening throw of the game. Could not beat the defender there. So that brings up second down. Oh, he nearly starts the game off with a pick. Just couldn't hang on to it. Good defensive play, though, regardless. That's going to bring up third down. Here's a throw. That's caught for the first. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
So as we all recover from that last play, it's 1st and 10 near the red zone. Now he'll throw off the play fake. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game, and it's going to be second down. Throwing it again here. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. Looking to the air here. A lot of guys there, and it's intercepted. And the Giants will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Not the auspicious debut they'd certainly hoped for on that opening drive. The coverage, impressive, taking their first possession away with that interception.
Hey, it is tough to play a clean game in this league. The caliber defenders are awesome. You just hope that eventual missteps happen at a less meaningful moment than your opening series. You don't want to make it any harder to get your rhythm and get your passing game going.
Play action on first down. That's Thomas. He's got it. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 19. Throw reeled in by Thomas. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. 3rd and just 2 to go. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Makes a cut to the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a massive 35-yard pickup, first down.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on a broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Going to the ground again on first. And they make the stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line. The rookie from Clemson in on that stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 37. Throwing the out route complete. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. All right, set now, 1st and 10. They'll try and throw it here. He completes it in traffic. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 29. Finds him on the crossing route. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. They'll get 18 yards there. And the Giants will have a first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
First down from the red zone. And he will score. It's a New York touchdown. The Giants parlay the interception into points. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Point after up and good from Bates. And the Giants take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1-for-1. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. 2nd drive coming up for this Cleveland offense. And they got off on the wrong foot here with that opening drive interception that led to points the other way.
Yeah, and what this defense has shown is they are going to capitalize on your mistakes, and not just a little, but by a lot. So from here on out, you better play some mistake-free football because this defense is hunting for more. That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
This one goes off right tackle. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in the phone booth yet, have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
He manages a gain of 8 there. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
New set of downs for him at the 38. They'll run here on first down. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first. 5 men in the secondary for the G-men now, ahead of third down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
On first down, they'll run. And they'll only find 1 yard up the gut. Second down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
We're through 1 quarter of this opening weekend of football. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to Huntington Bank Field after this. We're ready now for the second quarter. Browns in control of it. They'll have second down as they look to continue this good drive. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Short pass brought in. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
Tough one to retain through that hit. And 4th and 4 coming up. Back to throw, needing a first. He connects downfield on 4. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. One of their biggest plays of the game, and it comes on a 4th down gamble.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw when you throw it that deep outside the numbers that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
From the red zone now. He brings it in. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. They'll throw it again. And he's got it. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. You always tell me, Brock, it is a whole different world here, running routes, working in confined spaces, instead of having that whole field to spread out a defense.
Oh, spot on, Caden. Some players, that's the world they thrive in, finding windows where windows shouldn't exist, and then being ready for the throw to arrive. It happens so fast, trusting your quarterback to make the right read and get it to you.
That one splits the uprights. And the Browns tie it up as he nails his first try of the season. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And he didn't strike that one true, Brock. It came down short of the landing zone. He had to reach, so give them the football up at the 40. So hopefully he's able to find the landing zone next time. His first kickoff gives him some great field position here. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Throwing now from the gun. Hits him on the out route. Pickup of a few as he heads out of bounds.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Breaks the tackle, still going. And he's brought down after a modest gain up to the 46. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Receiver in motion, going left. They're going play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
Pretty even match in this first half, and you're just kind of waiting. Right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that can go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
And he's brought down before the return gets far. Officially a 55-yard launch. And the Browns will go on offense. Back out now comes the Browns offense. They're 1 for 1 so far to begin the new NFL season. Touchdown on their opening drive. Let's see if they have 2 for 2 in them. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Now looking to throw. Hits his running back. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Right up the gut. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the 1st down.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target could make a play on it.
Throw on 3rd down. He just throws this one away.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Now this is a beauty of a kick. It's headed out of bounds, no chance at a return or a touchback. They're going to mark it out at the 6. They're out and set, 1st and 10. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And this one doesn't go far. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Caught him across the line early there. That's an easy call for our officials.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still 2nd down.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Running it after the penalty. He makes the 25. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I love these inside runs. Don't get away from them. You never know. You think it's going to be a short little gain, and then boom, get the right blocking, a possessed running back, and you get some serious yards on the table.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. They go play action on 1st. He's got a man left. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Whistles after that play for an unfortunate sight. A player hurt in the first game of the season. Training staff out to work on him. New set of downs for him from the 46. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Has it downfield, working the left. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 22. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play. Keep driving that defense backwards.
Hits him on the in route. And he's going to take this across. Touchdown, New York. The Giants take a second quarter lead. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Bates now for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Giants break that tie and now lead by 7. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Fielded at the 7. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Now we see the Browns offense headed out. Their first drive of the season, an uneventful one, led to a punch, so they'll try to get some new season magic going here on their second drive. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, we'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Man in motion here. They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Pass caught by Ridley. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Cleveland. The Browns working here. The Browns are lining up to punt. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Giants headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. To the air now on 1st and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
We've got enough data now through the years to understand that an explosive play on offense more often than not leads to scoring. We also know if you can create a negative play defensively in a tightly contested game like this, every play matters. And to get that negative play, put this offense on their heels, exactly what this defense needed.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. The give now out of the shotgun. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Give him around 3, but a very big distance to address here on 3rd down. The Giants using their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Lone back gets the handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. Brian Stonehouse back out there again to punt it away. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And they'll get ready to go on offense. 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll come out throwing. Finds him over the middle. And he'll go down, it will say right at the 39-yard line. Now a timeout's called. Cleveland using its 2nd. from the 39. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Throwing now on first down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Browns fighting the clock now, trying to hurry back to that line. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. An 8-yard gain, but still left with 4th and a bunch. That brings us to our first halftime of the new season. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get started up at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. The Chiefs, with the best possible start to their season, a road victory in the opener. From there, we head up to the Motor City to check in on the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. The Lions seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And things didn't work out for them as they fall to the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. 24-16 was how that one finished. These two teams heading out of the tunnel. We're ready to get back to it. For the call of the second half, here is the great Kate T. Scott. Kate?
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the 3rd quarter. This return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Browns have the football first to start the 3rd, and here comes their offense. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. Play action on first down. Complete out to the right. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Some early movement on the left side there, but was he the first to go, or was he provoked? One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. They'll run here following the penalty. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
He's dropping back to throw. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And that gives the Browns a first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. From midfield now. Has him on the quick hitter. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
And he's able to push forward and get them to the 34. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Another carry for him. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. He gets 6 on that play. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
7-yard line.
Changing things up. They're going to throw now. And that's incomplete, but he might have done a little too much to cause that. Flag comes out, and this could be interference.
Defense.
So a little too much contact on the part of the defender, and the officials flag him for it. First down from the red zone. Completed to his running back. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Bend. Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Let's see what they went with on third down. Pass play coming here. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Celebrating a decade in the NFL, he sends it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
And he needed a lot more power there. It came down a ways away from the landing zone, and they're going to start the possession up at the 40. Trying the right side. And he's going to work his way almost to midfield. That's stopped at the 48. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. They'll run it from the gun. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
They're trying an option play left side on first down, and he's brought down for a loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. And the Browns add an extra defensive back out there. Nickel package, third down. Back to throw now. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
First and 10 now from the 30. Setting up a throw. Short pass brought in. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Dump off caught by his back. And he's brought down at the line.
Okay, I'm going to call that, even though it looks like nothing on the stat sheet, a win-win for both sides. Defense, well, they rally. They get right to that throw in the flat for a no gain. The offense, well, they just remind that defense, not only got to cover us vertically, but we're going to stretch you horizontally as well.
They get 6 and a first down as well.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. One man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
And he will score. Touchdown! The Giants push their lead further to start the half. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Bates tacks on the extra point. And the Giants drive their lead to 11.
Browns 10.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Returning it from the 4. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Browns getting their offense out there. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Completed over the middle. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stopped.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
He puts some air under this one, deep right. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And it's 4th and short. We'll see if they go for it. The Browns are lined up to punt. He's got this at the 27. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. Ball at the 33 for first down. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. That one's complete over the middle. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 4. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger. But that back remains hungry.
And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. After that play, we see some concern from their guys on the field. And now we know why. One of their best players was hurt on the play and is getting worked on. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Caught by his back. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Giants will have a first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Give now to the running back. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign that we're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
They give it to him again. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1. He'll throw it. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short. Back to throw, needing a first. Finding Thomas near the sideline. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. From the red zone now. From the pocket, looking for a target. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. This one misses the tight end. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Throwing the out route complete. We'll head out of bounds after a small gain.
You get to that money down, that 3rd down, you look to your money players, and this tight end is capable of it. Let's give some credit to the defense right there. Did an amazing job, not only sticking to him, but bringing him down before he can move the chains.
Bates' kick is up and good. And that extends their lead to 14.
Those 3 points could go a long way to securing this W. Makes it a lot more comfortable knowing the other side's got to score a couple touchdowns now. A touchdown to field goal's not going to get it done anymore.
Has this at the 6. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Browns are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. They go play action on 1st. Connects on the crosser. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Just one play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45. To throw it on 1st down. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Brought in inside the 20. And he's able to get this down to the 13. It's a pickup of 34 yards. And that gives the Browns a 1st.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
Working inside the red zone. The throw is caught. And he almost gets to the 5. He goes out at the 6. 2nd and 3 now. They send one of the tight ends in motion right. 2nd and manageable. He's throwing. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. Still sticking with the passing game. That's a Cleveland touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
kicking unit comes out for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Browns chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And that is a rough one, Brock. It came down well short of that 20-yard line minimum he needed, so this drive going to begin from the 40-yard line instead. And they'll have great field position, Brock, after the unforced error on the kickoff. Play action on first down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And this is a nice gain. It's stopped at the 47. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3. Ooh, the hard count worked. Somebody jumped. I think this is going to give them the first.
Encroachment defense.
Well, it's not a long walk to the new spot, but it is a disappointing one to make. Instead of 3rd down, they're now defending 1st and 10. 1st and 10 for him now, following the penalty. Throwing off the play fake here. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And it sets up 2nd down. They'll throw it. Has him on the quick hitter. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit. And you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
And they make the stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains. Markers reset, ball at the 37. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Cleveland. Giants leading by 7. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found a gap to take this down to the 28. So after the 2-minute warning, another stoppage here. The defense is calling time. 1:55 to go. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Back-to-back carries here. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. And right away we get a timeout from the defense. 1:51 to go. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Back to the well again. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Handoff now out of the gun. And he makes it to the start of the red zone down at the 20. It's a gain of 4, and they're going to need twice that now on 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Dumped off to his running back. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Oh, stiff arm. And he almost gets to the 5. He goes out at the 6. The right call came in at the right time. Give him 9 yards and a successful conversion on 4.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. They take a knee, and their season has begun exactly how they wanted it to, with a win.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it's a win for the visiting Giants. And they're one of the fortunate teams to begin the season with a 1-0 record. So far, so good to begin this new campaign. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. It's a well-earned win for the Giants, as with that, we'll sign off from Cleveland.